Welcome to another video. Uh, have you ever heard a lot of like IT buzzwords, machine learning, cloud computing, and you've heard cloud computing probably. So, have you ever wondered what exactly is cloud computing? What is the cloud? Why does everyone keep talking about it? How does it change the lives of IT professionals? Well, that's what this video is going to be about today, guys. Today, I'm going to talk about cloud computing. I'm going to talk about why this is an improvement over how things were done in the past, how it simplifies the lives of a lot of IT professionals. And I'm also going to walk you through how you can create a virtual machine in the cloud. So today we're going to be working on Amazon Web Services. So Amazon actually is the leading cloud computing provider. So we're gonna work in AWS. So if you want to follow along, you can create a virtual machine as well. Like at the end of the video, I'm gonna walk you through how this goes and how you can access that virtual machine. So, what is the cloud? So, cloud computing is defined as the on-demand delivery of IT resources with pay-as-you-go pricing over the internet to offer fast innovation, flexible resources, and economies of scale. So what this really means is somewhere in the world, there are huge physical servers connected with high-speed cables, and these servers provide IT resources to users around the world. So before cloud computing became popular in the early 2000s or late 2000s and early from 2010 and onwards, companies actually had to maintain physical servers if they were running some sort of IT business. So if they needed to have compute resources, they had to actually purchase physical servers, connect the servers together, install operating systems on these servers, and they actually had to continuously maintain these servers. So the problem with that was a lot of companies would overshoot on estimating how much server like how many servers they need, like how much resources they need. So they would overshoot or undershoot on estimating this. Now, what that really meant was a lot of times companies would be stuck with way more resources than they actually need, and that would mean extra costs. That would affect the budget, and lots of times if they overshot on estimating that, they would have a lot of servers that did nothing for them, which is pretty much not really making good use of your budget. Or consider the other side of it where you undershoot on estimating how much resources you need, and now you're trying to start up your business and you realize you didn't budget properly and you don't have as much resources as you thought you needed. Now you got to go through the same process of purchasing more servers, paying for more space to actually store the servers in, and you have to go through the process of installing operating systems and configuring the servers for your business. Now, how does cloud computing actually solve that problem? Well, the beauty of the cloud is you don't need to go through that. When you need some more resources, you can click a few buttons and you get access to more resources. When you need less, you can terminate your resources. You can give them back to Amazon and say, hey, we don't need these anymore. So you can take them back and you can give it to someone else who might need them. And that way, you never actually overestimate or underestimate what you need. So you can scale up your business as you go along. You can scale up or you can scale down. So the other beauty of the cloud is you actually pay for what you use. You're not actually always tied down to contracts. So you don't have to say, oh, I'm going to pay for a month or a week. So if you use the resources, you pay for what you use. Now, every service that is provided by like cloud computing providers has different price modeling. So how they actually charge you for that service could be different, but it's usually always you're paying for as much as you use in some way. Um, so this means you can actually save a lot of money. You don't have to take the time to buy servers, rack them up, stack them up, and you can actually put your business out there a lot faster because you save time. You don't have to wait for your servers to get to you. You don't have to spend time configuring your servers, and you can get your business up and running. So I'm going to show you guys how this actually works. So this is the Amazon, the AWS like a website. So you can click around, you can take a look at different offerings. We have different services here. They tell you like what's free. Free tier is actually services that so when you create an account, you got like 12 months free in different ways. So you have within your first 12 months, you can get access to 5 gigabytes of storage on Amazon S3, which is a storage service. You got Amazon EC2, you got 750 hours for free tier is free tier like workloads. So you got Amazon relational database service. So you got a bunch of services you can actually access. I'm not gonna show you how to create an account because it's fairly straightforward. All you gotta do is click here and follow the instructions on how to create an account. Within your first 12 months, you got like free tier on a lot of services. So you can take advantage of that. You can work through that, learn. You just got to make sure you don't actually go over your free tier limits and so you don't get charged. So let's go here and in this so I'm gonna go to the homepage, and this is what the homepage looks like. So we're gonna be creating a virtual machine in the cloud, which is pretty much you get access to some computer and you can do whatever you want on that computer. And when you're done with it, you can terminate that virtual machine and give those resources back to Amazon. And you only pay for the time you actually spent. So I'm already over the free tier, so I'm going to pay some money for this. But if you just created an account, you would not be charged for this. So let's go click on EC2. So um, EC2 stands for Elastic Compute Cloud. So that's pretty much the service that provides you virtual machines. So here I'm gonna go launch instance. You're gonna give your instance a name. So I'm just gonna go my web server as suggested by Amazon. Um, so now what you gotta do is you gotta pick some operating system. So I'm gonna go with Amazon Linux because it's already telling you it's free tier eligible here. So you're picking like the image that's gonna be installed on your virtual machine. So Amazon Linux is an optimized Linux version that for the Amazon cloud. So we're gonna go with that. We're gonna keep the defaults and everything else. So that's the instance type T2 micro. I can make another video explaining the different types, but we can just stick to that right now. And now what we're gonna do here is we're gonna say create a new key pair. Now, what is a key pair? So a key pair is pretty much credentials that you need to access your virtual machine, and it's going to use the SSH way of connecting to remote instances. So I'm just going to say my web server again, and I'm going to create that key pair. And you got to download that. So for me, download it automatically, so that's cool. We're going to keep the defaults. We're going to keep the defaults here, allow the SSH traffic so we can access it through SSH. Everything else is going to stay the same, guys, and launch instance. Yeah, this is really cool. So it takes a few seconds and it already tells you it's initiated the launch of that instance, and you can actually figure out how you want to connect to it. So here we're just going to click to connect to instance, and boom, here we go. So we can connect directly in the web browser actually. So we can just click connect. Okay, I think it might take some more time for the instance to actually ready. So let's wait a few seconds. You can actually click here. Okay, it's currently running. So we can connect and click try it again. And bam, we're already there. So we can run some commands out here. ls, we can do make directory, test, create a test directory in that instance. Chilling in the cloud. Let's save that to a file. Let's just say test.txt and list that. Oh, I actually didn't move to the new folder I created, but that's okay. So let's cat and it tells you I'm chilling in the cloud. So actually, let's close this and let's connect to this with SSH. It actually already gives you the instructions to connect via SSH. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring up my terminal over here. So I'm on a Mac, and that already comes with a SSH client. So you can actually already just follow the instructions from here. So I already downloaded my key pair. So what I have to do is I just have to follow the instructions. So we're gonna run the change mode command to change the permissions on that file. On that file, I think I called it my web server. Change the mode, and we're just gonna come here and just copy this, guys. But I have to change it to, oh, actually, yeah, to my web server, and click yes. Oh, yes, and we're in. We're in the cloud. So let me bring this here and make this a bit bigger. And if we click on list, we can see the folder we created like in the browser. And we can see the text document we also created. So let's cat that again and see what it does. I'm chilling in the cloud. So that's it, guys. It's that easy. You can get access to a virtual machine, and a perfect example for this would be, say you're trying to run some program on your laptop, but you know you don't have enough memory for this. So you could do two things. You could get another computer and try to run the program again. But think about how much time that takes. You gotta wait for your computer together, you gotta install all the tools you needed and things like that, and then you gotta run the program. But instead of that, you can create an account with a cloud computing platform, and then you can just do what you need to do. You can get access to a virtual machine that has a lot of memory, less memory, whatever you want. Uh, and you're gonna pay for it, of course, but it saves you a lot of time, and over time it might actually be cheaper if you don't need to run that workload for a long time. So let's just exit out of here, so for security reasons. So, and then what you need to do, guys, and very important, is because you pay for what you need, you pay for what you use. Actually, you need to actually remember to terminate this instance. If you leave this running, guys, you could, and you're not on the free tier, you could actually get um, charged with a lot of money, and a lot of people have got caught up in this. So when you don't need any resource, make sure you terminate that resource. So good practice is, whenever you're done working in the cloud, just look around and just terminate whatever resources you actually created in that session. There's actually some strategies on how to like actually save yourself extra costs, but in case you forget to terminate something. And yeah, guys, that's the beauty of the cloud. You can save a lot of money, get access to resources at a quicker rate, and yeah, if you actually gain some value from this video, consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time.